Yo, what's going on, everyone? We have beaten Watford 1-0 Vicarage Road, taking us 2 points behind Arsenal with 2 games at hand in the North London derby to come still. We went with him with the game today, and it was a frustrating day. Ultimately, it looked like it was going to be a frustrating day. Well, Watford were penned back for pretty much 90 minutes. It was attack versus defence. We couldn't break him down, but it took till the 95th minute to finally get that goal. How do you sum up what you saw? I mean, it was such a close one. We finally got there in the end.
I think we need to find another tactic for teams that just sit deep, very compact. Because if the wingers aren't delivering good crosses, accurate crosses, we literally have no other answer other than take long-range shots, which is what we did a few times. We don't have that magician that can unlock the doors, unpick the shackles and break us through.
A lot today.
So essentially what we did, and you can see before the medical emergency that stopped the game, we're beginning to increase the intensity, we're beginning to increase the speed of play. It's when we went to a back four.
Yeah, we took off Regulon, didn't we?
Yeah, and that was the tactic that I was looking for much earlier on in the half. I think Antonio left it a bit late to do it, but listen, he did it, and it came good, and we got the win. And like you said, we had to win today because of that loss. Arsenal going to North London derby under pressure now.
Yeah.
We go in with more confidence, and it's the first time they're coming to the new White Hart Lane with a capacity stadium. It's going to be rocking.
And also having those 2 games in hand gets that extra psychological edge, because in a way, we could lose, but we still got those 2 games in hand, so we still can go ahead of them. So that makes all the difference as well. Going into North London, psychologically, we have to go for all 3 points, and we're going to go full-blooded. But looking today, last 2 games have Hampton been struggled to break them down. Today again, a Watford side just conceded 4 home to West Ham. They pretty much sat back and asked us, look, we're going to sit back today, we don't mind the draw, you try and break us down. And we did struggle, apart from probably the best chance of the game was Son in that second half of the volley. We did really struggle for any clear opportunities, didn't we, today? And is that a worry for you still?
I said, Antonio!
Everyone's loving Conte today.
I said before we played Southampton and Watford that my biggest concern is one, not getting involved in this whole, we're going to get top 4, we can do it. Our away form and against the top 10 teams needs to improve. The performances aren't good enough at the moment, but he needs to build the squad. He needs many transfer windows. He needs to remove some players. He needs better options off the bench. Today what you saw again was how Emerson and Reggie from wide areas aren't quite good enough when the other team is so far back deep.
If it's
a counter-attack,
if Emerson can cross, Watford would be in big trouble today.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Listen,
he had so many opportunities to get the ball in the box, didn't he?
But he didn't, and this is the point I'm making. When we're counter-attacking and teams on the back foot, Reggie and Emerson seem different players. When another team sits back and says, do you know what, we're not bothered about scoring. If we get a chance, we get a chance. We'll just contain you. Then Reggie and Emerson don't have the ability to take on a man, beat a man that pulls a player out of shape. How many times could Emerson today could have taken on a man, but he kept coming back in?
Yeah, many times. And we kept looking for him. They kept leaving him free, and he wasn't able to do anything, was he? So that was look, and we really did struggle. Watford weren't even that trouble for most of the game. Only maybe a bit in the second half when Bachmann started to make some saves. But that was the big worry for me. We really need some better quality when teams are sitting back like this.
I think maybe we're better off playing with the 2 up top or 1 up top and having more players in the middle with more creative elements. I thought Højbjerg and Skip, they're a bit too similar. There's not that extra creative spark in that middle. Maybe Skip and Wink starting might be a better choice when we're playing teams that play like Watford
someone
today.
A bit more forward thinking.
And it's all good having 3 up top, but those 3 up top, they're for a counter-attack. They're nullified when the other team sits deep. So those 3 up top don't really serve the purpose that they're supposed to. So I think we need to find another way. In fact, this is the same problem Poch had when teams sit deep.
Yeah.
And Ericsson was the one that normally came up with the moment of magic.
That's the thing, we don't have that player at the moment. But one positive look, Sanchez, he scored the winner. I thought he had a good game overall, to be fair. I thought defensively he was pretty solid.
Dyer was great.
And you've got to say something, but just sticking on Sanchez, he's a player who comes for a lot of stick, doesn't he? A lot of people want him sold or think he's not good enough, but he has been playing well recently. We have to give him credit. And to get the winner today, maybe he'll get the plaudits some of his recent performances he deserves. And I'm very happy for him because he does a player that a lot of people criticise and get on his back. Today, he scored the winner and he deserves all the plaudits.
Look, we could say the entire back three, Davies, Dyer, Sanchez. I mean, we spoke about it on the Tactics show. They've all upped their game and they've stepped up since Romero's been out. The only thing I will say, and it's not a criticism, it's just an observation. Again, were we really troubled? I mean,
no.
Watford sat deep. They didn't really keep a man up top for a transition into the attack.
I think he had one shot on target all game, was one from Hugo. That was it.
Yeah, other than set pieces, which Watford had a few, and a couple of free kicks, they weren't really troubled. So Arsenal will test us, Sim. That'll be a good test to see what we're really about defensively. So.
But he kicked out. But look,
that'll be a good test for our defence. But I'm looking forward to that game now because I think we've got the upper hand.
We've got some massive game coming up with Morecambe. We've got Chelsea in the Carabao Cup, then the North London Derby.
Well.
It's got some massive games. There's a massive 3 points today. I'm absolutely delighted. We've walked over from Vicarage Road with much needed 3 points. We're going to North London Derby in good momentum. So let's kick on. We are getting kicked out. We're closing down the house, but let's go. 3 points.
Come on,
Spurs.